is AprilPvd. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, and share.
Alright, that was weird. Did you feel that? I do think it is better. It looks beautiful. Look at that. Of course, I have to try one of the other ones that I've been doing regularly. So yeah, I'm starting a new channel, and I'm going to link this channel to that, because this is one of the things that'll help you for being single and sober. I would encourage anyone to get a VR rig if you are doing either one of those or both of those. I'm going to use the phrase Venn diagram a lot because these are two intersections of on a Venn diagram. There might even be more, but these are for people who, this is for people who have chosen single life and sober life. I wanted to talk about the single life, but I've always been afraid that when you start a group or anything about single, people think that it means that you are looking to hook up. And I have no desire right now, or no desire ever again to be in a relationship. And it's not because I think that I've been hurt or damaged or I'm running from anything. I just think it is an option that should be available to people. We are taught from day one, Adam and Eve, all the way, always. Now, in the Neanderthal days, and ooh, that scared me, and a lot of the old days, you needed to be a part of a family, a group. Here we go, first one. I'm not even gonna count because there's so many on the 40-minute one. Songs. I'm listening to Heat Wave always and forever. And all the songs are about pairing up. But to survive, you needed to be in a group, a couple. And if you weren't in a couple, you were suspicious. This was particularly prevalent in Hollywood in the 40s and 50s and 60s. So many actors and actresses had to pretend to be in a relationship. But also, if you were a farmer, you needed someone to do one thing and take care of the kids or whatever. But we're past that. It's okay to embrace the single life. Wow, look at that. All right, here we go. I have my fan on today. Hi guys. I'm not doing a 3, 2, 1 today because I'm not recording on my GoPro. I have too much GoPro data. And you know, we're also taught that to be single is a failure. Everybody knows of that one person or old lady or man or somebody who lived alone. And we always thought, oh, how awful. And I'm sure today and in the past, people have stayed in relationships that they didn't necessarily want to be in because they didn't want to be labeled a failure. There was a time when even divorce was a stigma. What would be nice is if we had time to learn who we are before we're forced to pair up. Here we go. He's riding a dolphin. But even in high school, and in some places junior high school, you have to have somebody to go to the dance with. And anybody going alone was a loser. Anybody a loner was a loser. We stigmatize even the person who just sits by themselves as a loser. And it's okay to be alone. Where did I go wrong? Oh, sorry. This is so beautiful. I'm just trying to get this meat bag together so it can continue. Wee doggy. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a couple. Nothing at all. I'm just saying we also should say there's nothing wrong with being a single. I remember it's hard because you get defensive. I remember going to see a viewing of The Wrath of Khan with an after session with William Shatner at the PPAC. I was so excited. So excited. And when I get up to where I'm supposed to be seated, the woman says, "Just one?" And I was like, "Yes, is that a problem?" And she said, "Oh no, but we have a single seat down front." And she was actually excited because she could move me up further than the seat I originally had. Because, you know, they want to fill up the empty spaces. And it turned out being a single was a good thing, but I immediately felt defensive. Oh, sweating. Oh, look at that. So, I am on a Nordic track elliptical, something 5, I-5 or whatever. It's not the fancy one, but I have a cadence attached to the flywheel that is synced with my headset, and I am using an app on the Quest called HoloFit by Holadia, and they create these maps, and as I am moving the flywheel or using the elliptical, it uses that action to propel me through these worlds. It's virtual reality, and I'm all around it. I'm totally encased in it. Hi. Did you see my little light? Oh, here we go. And I'm on the HIIT mode. Which stands for high intensity interval training. So as you can see from this graph here, I'm going at a certain rate, and then I hit the places where I spike up and push. It's supposed to be a good way of training. Now these bubbles mean I'm getting ready to break surface. It's very exciting. It's a big piece of equipment that I have in my living room, right next to my regular virtual reality space, but it's worth it. And I think that it was very, wasn't that awesome? Did you see that? It was very instrumental in both being single and my becoming sober. because it's paired with my elliptical. It is basically, we're going back in. It's a standalone on the Quest 2 headset. There's probably no real way you could do it on PC VR. You'd have to somehow pair the the elliptical with a computer. I'm sure somebody's done it somewhere. But this works fine, and I'm streaming from my headset to my computer, which is in turn streaming to my Twitch. This is just one of the many uses, look at those, of the VR headset. Something I've been using for over 5 years. Tucking in my core. I am sweating. That is so good. And like I said, it helped me from being single, because although this right now, what I'm doing is by myself, there's a way where I can play with other people. I'm not doing it mainly because I stream, so I don't want to stream somebody else. But I will try it. What I'm gonna do is see if I can ask somebody in the community if they want to come with me, because that would be fun. I'm feeling this so much. As you can see, I'm moving my whole body. My arms, my legs. It feels good. And so, mostly though, I play other video games. I play Zenith. I played Population 1 and Rec Room. Rec Room really helped me through the beginning of my single life. And then Population 1 helped. But now, my passion is Zenith. So good. But the push on this side, oh look. Wow. Is that the Titanic? It looks like it, baby. How beautiful. I haven't done this in a while. And I think because I have V55 and that version 55 of the headset, they update them all the time. It gives me better graphics. Maybe I didn't even notice that before. Ooh, 20 minutes in, halfway. Hi. Hi. But this part of my VR journey, I really had not indulged in a while. There's a big gap between when I was doing this regularly, and that's interesting, my drinking really got on. And I wasn't exercising, I wasn't working out, I wasn't eating right, wasn't doing a lot of things because drinking had really consumed me. And I didn't even realize it because I was drinking responsibly. When my drinking started getting really bad was my last year of working, but I was working. I was coming home and walking my dog and then getting smashed drunk. I was getting up and going to work on time, but I was puffy, my blood pressure was going up, and I was spending more and more money on alcohol. I used to take a nap every day, sometimes just an hour, sometimes 3 hours. I called it free sleeping. And it was because I wasn't getting good sleep at night. I was having a problem with food. I almost started taking something for my heartburn and my constant regurgitating. It was horrible. I couldn't sleep comfortably. I got something to keep me from sitting up because I thought that would do it. It was all the alcohol. I haven't had a problem since I stopped drinking. My blood pressure has gone down. And I feel good enough every day to get on here and do some form of cardio. So again, my VR has helped me. It hurts to want everything and nothing at the same time. When I first got single, or chose single, because when I first got single, I was still trying, and when you start over, it's so hard. part is so good. Because, you know, you have to do the dance again. And when you get older, two things happen. You attract, well, the younger people you attract are usually, not always, but unfortunately a large number of them see you as a source of income, a way to pay the bills. And at some point I didn't mind. I had a young lady that I was buying her hair, paying her babysitter, paying her Uber, and she still wasn't real and decent. And the other thing is, if you try to find someone your own age, you're playing what I call the wheel of misfortune. You spin that wheel and they could have health problems. They could have financial problems. They could have kids who need their help or steal from you, or they have car problems. Not to mention they may be alcoholics themselves or have drug problems. And of course, when you are first dating, nobody when they're dating says, okay, dating you, only you. My last real date, I thought I was going to see this woman, she wasn't young, she was my age, at a Christmas performance. She was a singer in the audience, in the choir. And it was interesting. I thought this was going to be a new phase in my life because it was also an interesting church. And it turned out that she had invited more than one person. You know how you do. You hedge your bets. And then she said, oh, well, I'll meet you over at the after party, meaning she had a ride with that person that she had hedged with. And I could come, but who knows what would have happened. I didn't go. That's when I decided this is so good. I am sweating. My body feels good. There are other modes where, we're going above again. There are other modes where you can do a few. It's not so intense where you're going at a certain rate, but I like this rate right now. And I'm doing 40 minutes. I usually do 30, but I'm trying to push myself. Tomorrow I may do boxing or sports. So this brings me to my other topic. I did try NA and a lot of sober curious channels talk about that. And the problem with NA and AA, I mean, it's great that it works for people. It didn't work for me because I was highly functional. And at the time I went to NA, I wasn't really a big drinker. My thing was pot. And these people, well, my biggest thing for me that made it hard for me to stay was that some of them had put their kids in horrendous situations for their drug habit. I wouldn't even get wasted around my dog. I wouldn't take my dog out if I had smoked. I would take my dog out first and then smoke. So I couldn't really relate, although I understand and I'm not judging. It just wasn't for me. And the other thing about treating alcohol like it was a me problem, and I have come to understand that the alcohol itself is a poison, and we are groomed to think of it as something else. When after I stopped drinking, my blood pressure went down. So I was taking medication to counteract the effects of the poison. And the big thing about AA and NA, well, I stopped, I think a week after I think this whole thing is supposed to be a shipwreck. Great. A week after I stopped drinking. Oh yes, look, this is the ballroom. Oh my God. Look at that. Wow. I stopped smoking and I stopped eating edibles because I didn't like, I used to say I had to alter my reality so I could deal with it. But instead I decided to I had to alter my brain to deal with my reality. Wow, look at this. I decided, was beautiful. So instead of altering my brain to deal with my reality, I altered my reality so my brain could function. And I have no desire to drink, to put alcohol in my body, because I'm enjoying myself so much more without it. It was like hitting yourself over the head with a hammer and thinking, oh, well, this is different. Oh, look at this. I can deal with this. Maybe not a hammer, but it was like crippling yourself on purpose. I used to think it was opening my mind, but it was closing my mind. So now, none of these things interest me. I still have some of everything in my house, and I have no desire to cripple my brain, cripple my body. I'm even trying to cut back on, well, I don't need my blood pressure medicine as much. And as soon as I lose a few more pounds, I may not need it at all, which is why I'm doing this. This was the penultimate one. One more. So, basically, I have adjusted my whole viewpoint of what society calls the norm. And I've embraced being single, and I've embraced being sober, and I've found other things to fill me up and to complete me. And I am whole all by myself. It's an interesting concept. Learning to be me, learning to love me, learning to accept me. Maybe some of the things I do are weird. Like I love going out, finding unique places to watch trains. Right now I'm listening to The Dark Tower on audiobooks from the beginning. And as I complete a chapter, I find podcasts that discuss it. That's the last one. We're coming up on 40 minutes. I quit. I started my sober life March 14th, 2023. I stopped smoking the following week. I wish I could attribute this phrase. I'm gonna have to look it up, but it's free your mind and your ass will follow. So if you're joining me on my single and sober journey, let me know. Comment down below. I'm streaming on AprilPvd VR right now. I think I may set up a separate Twitch channel. But this one is my backup VR channel that I really don't use it for anything other than stuff I'm not doing on Zenith, which is my main passion right now. I also do a podcast called Control Alt Wow. I talk about my sober and single life. Well, mostly sober. I haven't even really expressed the single life because, again, I always worry that the minute you say something single, people think, oh, she's available, but I'm not. You can just be single, and it's wonderful. If you are single and sober, or single and that was so good. I'm done. Pause. That was fantastic. I have sweat streaming down me. I'm moving up. That was a good score, 523. That was a little bit longer than I normally do. And I feel good. And now I'm gonna exit out of this. There is a challenge, but since I pushed so much today, I'm not going to work on the challenge today. Today is my push and get off. Sometimes I do other things. Task is the Hippo Tourist Trophy. That's in the France thing. So again, this is Hollow Fit by Holadia. And I have my elliptical by the cadence attached to my headset. So I'm going to go back to my home. I might look at something else, but
like, comment, subscribe, follow, and share.